Welcome to this tutorial on integrating AdMob with Jetpack Compose. If you're looking to monetize your Jetpack Compose Android apps, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll walk you through the complete setup of AdMob, from displaying banner ads and interstitial ads to integrating native ads seamlessly into your Jetpack Compose layouts. Whether you're new to AdMob or looking to enhance your app's revenue, stay tuned for all the details you need to get started. So, without any further delay, let's dive straight into implementing the AdMob banner ad. Banner ads are the most common form of mobile advertising, and they're easy to integrate right into your Compose UI. We'll guide you through the process of setting up the AdMob account, configuring your Android app for ads, and adding the banner ad in just a few lines of code. By the end of this section, you'll see the banner ad live in your app, ensuring that your app is ready to start earning revenue. Let's get started. Let's start by adding the necessary dependencies to integrate AdMob into your Jetpack Compose project. First, navigate to your app-level build.gradle file. We're going to add the following dependencies for the Google Mobile Ads SDK, which is essential for showing ads in your app. Once you've added that, sync your project to make sure the dependencies are loaded properly. Now that we have the required libraries, the next step is to configure the AdMob app ID in the Android manifest.xml file. You'll receive this app ID when you set up your AdMob account. For the purpose of this tutorial, we'll use the test app ID provided by Google to avoid any policy violations during development. Open the Android manifest.xml file and add the following line inside the application tag. This test app ID is safe for development, but remember to replace it with your real AdMob app ID before launching your app. With this setup, we're ready to move forward and start adding ads to the app interface. Before we can display any ads, it's important to initialize the Mobile Ads SDK. This should be done as early as possible in your app, preferably in the mainActivity.kt file. Let me show you how to do that. By calling mobileads.initialize, we ensure that the SDK is ready to serve ads when needed. Next, let's implement a banner ad in Jetpack Compose. Since AdMob currently uses traditional Android views for displaying ads, we need to embed a native Android ad view within Compose using the Android view composable. This allows us to seamlessly integrate legacy Android views into our modern Jetpack Compose UI. In this example, we use a test ad unit ID, which you should always use during development. This ensures you're following AdMob's policies. For more details and other types of ad formats, like interstitial or native ads, make sure to check out the official AdMob documentation. But for now, we're focusing on banner ads, so let's see how to implement them in your Jetpack Compose app. Now, to position this banner ad at the bottom of the page, we'll wrap this inside a scaffold composable and use its bottom bar property to display the ad at the bottom. Next, we are going to integrate the banner ad into our Jetpack Compose layout. In this code, we're using the Android view composable to embed a native Android ad view inside Jetpack Compose. By adding the banner ad view inside the bottom bar, we ensure that the ad stays at the bottom of the screen and your main content is displayed above it. In the Android view block, we've set up an ad listener to handle various events that occur with the banner ad. This is crucial for monitoring the ad's behavior in your app and handling specific actions when these events are triggered. Here's what each listener does. On ad clicked. This is called when a user clicks on the ad. You can log this event or trigger any custom action. On ad closed. This event is fired when the ad is closed after the user interacts with it, like when they return to the app after watching an ad. This is useful if you want to refresh the content or reload another ad after the previous one is closed. On ad failed to load. This is triggered if the ad fails to load for any reason, such as network issues or ad inventory shortages. You can use this to show an alternate UI or log the error for troubleshooting. On ad loaded. When the ad successfully loads, this method is called. It's helpful for ensuring that the ad is displayed once it's fully ready. You could also show a loader until this method is triggered. On ad opened. This is called when the ad opens an overlay on top of your app, like when the user taps on it and it redirects them to another screen, like the App Store. You can use this to pause app-related activities if needed. On ad impression. This is triggered when an impression is recorded. It indicates that the ad was shown to the user. This can be useful for tracking impressions or analytics purposes. These listeners help in understanding and controlling how your app interacts with ads. Whether it's tracking clicks or handling errors, having these event listeners ensures your app can respond smoothly to user actions with the ad. Run the app and verify that the banner ad is showing. Be sure to use a test ad unit ID while developing. Great. As you can see, our banner ad is displaying properly, and all the event logs are being generated as expected. This shows that our ad listener is working perfectly, allowing us to track key events like clicks when the ad is loaded, or even when an error occurs during ad loading. The next part involves implementing interstitial ads in Jetpack Compose. First, we'll load the ad and set up the full-screen content callback to handle various events. Our goal is to display the interstitial ad when a button is clicked, while also managing errors and ad dismissal using appropriate callbacks. In this code, we're implementing interstitial ads in Jetpack Compose. First, we load the ad using load ad, where an ad request is created and loaded. If successful, the ad is stored in Interstitial Ad. When the user clicks the Show Interstitial Ad button, we check if the ad is ready. If so, we set a full-screen content callback to handle events like ad clicks, dismissals, or failures, and then display the ad using Interstitial Ad, Show. If the ad isn't ready, a message is shown, and the ad is reloaded. This ensures smooth ad management in the app. Great. As you can see, our interstitial ads are displaying properly, and the logs are also working as expected. Now, for the final part of this video, we'll dive into integrating native ads in Jetpack Compose. Native ads give us the flexibility to create custom ad layouts that seamlessly fit into the app's UI. For this, we'll use a native ad template in Compose, which allows us to style and structure the ad in a way that suits our design preferences. In our project, I've already set up a custom UI for a small native ad template. The next step is to initialize the native ads and bind the ad data to our UI components, so the ad will display correctly within the app page. Let's walk through how to implement this. In this code, we're loading a native ad using AdMob in our Jetpack Compose app. First, we set up a state variable native ad to keep track of our ad. Then, we use disposable effect to create an ad loader that fetches the ad using our native ID. When the ad loads, it updates our native ad state, and we make sure to clean up by calling destroy when it's no longer needed. If the ad is ready, we display it using our custom ad card, but if it's still loading, we show a friendly loading ad message. Pretty neat, right? The next step is to populate your template with all the necessary ad data, such as the headline, image, rating, and call to action. Once you've assigned all these elements, just run the app and let's see the results. This will give you a clear view of how the ad looks and performs in your app. Let's make it happen. And here we are. Our native ad is showing perfectly. That's a wrap for this video. If you're interested, the complete source code is available on our GitHub link in the description. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and visit our site, pixeldev.in, for more awesome videos. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.